there, Mouseketeers. It's Kate from PrincessMinnie here, and I am so excited to bring you today's video. It is my, I think, fairly modest haul from my most recent Walt Disney World trip. We were there over the Thanksgiving break. I am lucky enough to have off from work as a teacher on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and it worked out in my husband's work schedule that he could also take off. So we went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and left Sunday around Thanksgiving. And Sunday also happened to be our wedding anniversary. So it was a pretty special trip for us. And if you stick around to the end of this video, I'll give you a little bit of my thoughts about traveling to Disney during Thanksgiving in case that's something you're considering doing. Or if you've done it, and I'd love to talk to you about your experience in the comments down below. But otherwise, I'm going to get right into this haul, and I thought I would start with what I'm wearing. So guys, I am so excited to tell you that I am wearing two very brand new to me Disney Parks items. And I did say brand new to me because I'm very aware that I am not the first person to jump on any of these kind of trains. The first being Disney Parks ears. This is my second pair of Disney Parks ears, and the first ones I ever purchased for myself. The first ones came in a subscription box, and I did ask for them, but these are the first ears I ever purchased, like at Disney World itself, and I am completely obsessed with them. I love that Disney has stepped up their ear game, and as soon as I saw these come out, I was like, how am I not going to buy these? And then I had to, and I wore them pretty much every single day of our trip. I wound up really not taking ears of my own that I can even remember because we knew that this trip for us was going to be a huge haul for people in our lives, especially some of the kids in our families. So we flew Frontier. We didn't want to really pay for each of us to take a carry-on bag, or a checked bag, I should say. So we each took a backpack that we could just bring onto the plane, and then I took a fairly large piece of checked luggage. And on the way, it was pretty empty, and on the way back, it was completely stuffed. Like, I could not have fit anything else in there. So that's one of the reasons this is a more modest haul on my end, but believe me, lots of stuff was bought at Disney World. These ears had to be bought. But oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I didn't want to bring even like a ton of my own handmade ears because I just knew I wasn't going to have enough room coming home in the luggage. I love these, guys. Let me go ahead and give you a close-up. And of course, while everyone's experiences could vary, while we were there and for the people I saw, I would say these were the second most popular pair of the three Disney Parks ears that came out this year for the holidays. The first being the Peppermint Ears, these being the second, and the third being the Buffalo Plaid. That was my experience. And I got so many compliments on these ears. It was like people hadn't actually seen them in the parks. It was funny. But I love these, and I did ask them to cut the tag off as soon as I purchased them. And I'm so glad I did because I hate walking around. I know my friend Karen is out there agreeing. I hate walking around and seeing people with these beautiful ears and then a huge tag sticking on the side of their head. So don't be afraid to ask them to cut the tag off for you. We got so many pictures with these ears. I even am turning one of them into an ornament for our Christmas tree, and I'll be framing a lot of the other pictures. Talking about photos, to me, if I could spend no money in Disney other than the photo pass, that's exactly what I would spend my money on. My favorite Disney souvenir always would be a picture. I just am obsessed with photos. I've made several Disney scrapbook albums, whether it's something I've handmade or whether it's something I've done on like Snapfish. We have a ton of mugs with Disney photos on them, ornaments. I have a whole gallery wall in my house of our Disney photos. So yeah, I like Disney photos. So one of the things I wanted to mention is I actually partnered with a company called Smile Brilliant before my trip. And I whitened my teeth because I knew I was going to want to get all those photos. So guys, I currently have a giveaway. You can win your own Smile Brilliant Teeth Whitening Kit. It's like valued at around $150, and it's like the easiest giveaway ever. I know some of you out there don't join giveaways because you have to be subscribed to people's channels, you have to do things, you have to make comments. Not that that's the hardest thing in the world, but it's a thing, and you have to have your own YouTube account to do it and things like that. That's not this giveaway at all. I'm not even giving out this giveaway, it's all the company. So all you have to do is click on the link in my video down below, and you can watch that video if you'd like, or you can just click on the giveaway link. All you have to do is give them your email so that if you win, they can contact you. And even just for clicking on the giveaway link and giving them your email, they will give you a discount on their teeth whitening, which I highly recommend because I've loved it, and it gave me the smile I wanted in my photos, which again, my #1 Disney souvenir. I've already ordered my photos, tons of them from Snapfish, now to narrow them down for the frames. I always change out a few pictures in my gallery wall after each trip. And, but yeah, you can win your own set, but that's only for about 1 more week as of when this video goes live. So make sure to just go do it like even now. Come back, I'll still be here. I really want you guys to get a chance to win. And as far as I know, not that many people have entered yet. So you have a pretty good chance of winning at this point. Shh, don't tell anybody I told you that. Anyway, let's get back to it, do the giveaway, and then watch this. So, this is my first Spirit jersey, guys. I have to, and that's why I said new to me. I have to say I'm not the world's biggest Spirit jersey fan. I think they look great on other people. It's one of those things, I am not a hater at all by any means. I'm a lover. But I don't like how they look on me. I just don't. I've tried them on. I've even seen them at the outlets for a really reduced price, and I'm always trying them on being like, please, please look good. And I just don't like the way they look on me. Love the way they look on others. Don't like the way they look on me. With the exception of this just cozy, fleecy, furry almost Spirit jersey. We were visiting the Polynesian. We went around to like so many different resorts, which you'll hear about later in this video too. And we saw this at the Polynesian gift shop, and like I said, it was our 7-year wedding anniversary. 7 years I've been married, holy crap. And I saw this and my husband said, okay, you gotta get that. It's so cute. You have to get it, and it's my anniversary gift to you. And I was like, really? And he was like, yes. So that's how the Spirit jersey came to be. Let me give you an overall look of it. So let me tell you where this Spirit jersey has been perfection. Pretty much every single day in super cold Philadelphia. Let me tell you where this was not such a good idea to wear it. Florida. I know sometimes Florida can get very cold. We've been there in January when it was freezing and we needed winter coats and hats. I've done it. I know it happens. Yeah, that was not our experience this trip. It was bright, sunny, hot, and had to wear it. Regretted it for sure. Luckily I wore something underneath it and I could just carry it later. But for the pictures, great. For actual wearage in Florida, plan something else if you're going. But no, I love this. It's so ridiculously warm, and it's kind of exciting to have my very first Spirit jersey. Let's talk about the last wearable item, I believe, in this haul. It's actually the first thing that we bought. Yeah, our very first thing. And my husband bought this for me as well. I don't like to spend money on clothes. I don't know what it is. I'll spend money on like any other souvenir, but when it comes to clothes, he'll have to be like, how about I get this one for you? And I'm like, how about it? That sounds really nice. So we have this Darth Vader shirt. I do not know how long this has been in the parks. We got it at the gift shop as soon as you leave Star Tours, which is one of my absolute favorite rides. Big Star Wars nerd here, and Vader is my favorite character from the Star Wars universe. And there's a little glitter to this. I hope the camera's picking it up. But I've gotten so many compliments on this. I wore it in Florida. We got our very first thing, and I wore it, I wanted maybe a day 3 on the trip or something. Cast members would stop me. People would stop me and ask me where I got it. So this was very popular, but no one else was wearing it that I saw. And cast members didn't even know this was in the park, so that's why I'm not sure how long this has been around, or if it's just not very popular. I don't know how many people are buying Star Wars merchandise in the parks. I really don't, other than like lightsabers and droids. But I love this. I thought the color was perfect, and I've since wore it home as well. People love this. Everybody loves Vader, right? Or loves to hate him. And so it's not a hoodie, but it does have like a cool neck detail and string, so you can tighten it if you want to. And I just love this because I felt like you could wear this very casually with jeans or something, or I can even throw this on over like a black skirt or a black romper, and I think it looks pretty like chic, honestly. So you have options there, like maybe with like a black heel or like a boot. Yeah, I'm loving that idea. Now on to my only plushie of the trip. And I say my only plushie, and I very much mean my, because I counted it up and I'm pretty sure I brought home, I think 7 plushes? Pretty sure I brought home 7, but only 1 was for me. If you keep watching my channel over the next couple days, you will see some of the others show up in my friends' channels and for Christmas swaps that we did. But I had to get myself this Pluto. I really don't have any Pluto plushes. This might be my first one really ever, and I'm obsessed with Christmas plushes. I actually have far too many holiday plushes, like to the point where every year I kind of have to rotate which ones I put out, but that's okay. He now sits next to a really chunky Santa plush that I have, so it's perfect because he is like reindeer Pluto and he has a letter for Santa Claus. I mean, how cute is that? And he goes with this Mickey and Minnie that were there for the holidays that were all absolute perfection, and if I didn't already have way too many holiday plushes, I would have picked them up as well. But they kind of all feature this like black and white. Do you call it buffalo plaid if it's black and white, or is that only if it's red and black? I don't know. But this black and white plaid, for any, any way you want to say it. And he's just darling, and I love him, and I needed him for my collection. Okay, I'm thinking we should talk about edibles and sweets next. These are things, 2 of them I definitely intended to pick up, and one of them was a surprise to me, but it totally makes sense for my holiday eating habits. So the first one, you saw it in the thumbnail, I had to get a bunch of these Rice Krispie candy canes. I bought one for myself, which I'm saving until like Christmas morning maybe to eat, or Christmas Eve or something special like that. And let me tell you, I am just an enormous fan of Disney Rice Krispie treats. I could go on and on about them, but just to suffice it to say, they're incredible. They had a few different holiday themed ones, and I was like ashamed of myself because I thought that surface-wise, like how much crispy you actually get, the candy cane might have had the least. I think there was like a snowman and a tree maybe, and they were really bulky. But I'm so into peppermint and gingerbread this year. Gingerbread, right? And that's also going to come up in the next treat. I just had to get it. I was like, yes, this is the one because aesthetically it's the most pleasing to me. So cannot wait to dive into this. I told you gingerbread was coming up next, and I have a gingerbread shingle from the Grand Floridian Gingerbread House. Like I said, we went to so many of the resorts because I think that's a great thing to do on any Disney vacation, but especially when you know the parks are going to be really, really packed. See the resorts. And the Grand Floridian has this huge gingerbread house if you've never seen it. And you can actually go up to it and purchase sweets and other things, one of which you'll see in a little bit, but it does not fit in the sweets category, so I didn't include it. And I literally just went up. We had to wait about 20 minutes or so for the honor of purchasing from the gingerbread house. So I just kind of was like, give me 4 shingles. I like didn't even think about how many I really wanted or needed, but 4 seemed excessive but also perfect because I got to keep 1 for myself and also give out the other 3 for the holidays. So I thought that would be kind of a special treat for people to get it from the Grand Floridian. And so it's this nice gingerbread. It's really, really thick, and then it has a, I'm gonna use the word thick again because I like that in my desserts, a thick robe of chocolate covering it. So again, either Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, the day after Christmas when it's over and you need to pick me up, I'm gonna sit down with a cup of tea and nibble on this bad boy. So I definitely knew I was going to go home with some kind of treats, and definitely for me, Rice Krispie treat made sense, and the shingle, the gingerbread shingle made sense. It's just kind of fun saying gingerbread shingle. But this set of 3 hot chocolates I didn't even know existed, but I was in the park one day and my friend texted me and she goes, "Hey, how much are the hot chocolates and can you pick me a set up?" And I was like, I literally have no idea what we're talking about. And I thought she meant the hot chocolate pins that were released, and I said to her, I haven't seen them anywhere. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute, maybe she's talking about real hot chocolate. And sure enough, she was. And so I picked up a few of these, 1 for my friend, and then 1 to give as a gift, and 1 for me, because I love hot chocolate during the holidays. I will not drink hot chocolate made with water. Ooh, no thank you. Muddy water, it's not for me. I make it with heavy whipping cream. But if you haven't had it like that, trust me, but also know to get a real small glass because every time I sip it I think, oh, this is like the nectar of the gods, but I can only drink like half a cup of it because it's so rich. There are 3 varieties of cocoa, and I'm thinking that I will put these out for anyone who comes over our house for the holidays, and people can have their pick. And I will probably, you know what, I said I was gonna have the gingerbread shingle with tea, but I might have it with hot chocolate instead. And you can actually see that Mickey and Minnie that I referenced to go along with my Pluto plush earlier. My 2 big snack moments of the trip were supposed to be the Epcot cookie stroll, which we did, and then I was supposed to also, right? But like I wanted also to do a hot chocolate flight that was available in Hollywood Studios, and it just was never a good time. So I'm glad that I was able to bring hot chocolate home. Minnie is a candy cane flavored one, and I'm all about the peppermint right now. Mickey is a double chocolate, and Pluto is a chocolate s'mores. So I think that might even be the order I would probably try them in. The candy cane, the double chocolate, and the s'mores. So if anybody wants to try it, come on over to my house around the holidays and we'll break into these bad boys. I mentioned the Epcot cookie stroll, so I did want to show you the Epcot passport. This was like the first Epcot festival that I feel like we really did. Like we sunk our teeth into it. I mean, literally. But the best part is that you could actually get stamps for all of the cookies that you tried, and if you bought 5 of them, you got a free completer cookie. And for my money, if you're going during the Festival of the Holidays, the peppermint and the Linzer cookie are the absolute stars. And this is coming from someone who does not like fruity desserts. Like, get them away from me. I don't like pie. I don't like warm fruit. I don't like any. I like fruit and I like dessert. They shouldn't mix. But I think it's a raspberry Linzer cookie from one of the pavilions around Germany. Get out of here. It's like one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten. And I went with the idea of being like, these cookies could be like $5 or $6 each. You know, Disney pricing is ridiculous. They were only $2.50 each. So I wound up actually bringing a set to my hotel where I ate them and sampled them all. And I also wound up wrapping a set in like a baggie, and then wrapping it in bubble wrap that I had brought with me on the trip, putting it in a shoebox that I had brought with me on the trip for that exact purpose, and we brought them home for my husband's parents, who are big cookie addicts, and it had just been their wedding anniversary is the day before ours, so we brought it home for them as an anniversary present. So that's something you could do if you're ever, you know, thinking, you know, curious about, hey, can I get this home? You can. And my hubby doesn't eat sweets, so my job was to get and package up the cookies, and his job was to make sure we got the stamps, and at one point he was like, I like getting the stamps, that's the fun part. So it's just kind of a cute thing to do, and we wound up really enjoying walking around the whole World Showcase to collect those stamps. Speaking of walking around the entire World Showcase, we did it a different day twice. We decided to do it the day we left. We had a full day and we mostly spent it at Epcot. And one of the things we did is we participated in the Chip and Dale's Christmas Tree Spree. So you can buy this, and I won't show you the answers in case you're gonna go, but essentially there are stickers on one side of it, and you can buy these for $7. I got mine at Mouseketeers, but I think there are a couple different locations in Epcot you can buy these. And they are ornaments that are shaped like the Spaceship Earth. I was going to say the Epcot ball, but Spaceship Earth. And then you go to the different pavilions and you find the wreath featuring Chip and or Dale that matches the pavilion, and you put the sticker onto that pavilion. And when you're done, and it says on here you don't really even have to be done or have them correct, but when you're done you take them back to one of the gift shops at the beginning of the World Showcase, and you get to pick a prize for completing it. So really you're paying $7 for the experience and for this prize. But I definitely would have spent $7 on the prize because I really like them. And I wound up getting one for me and one for my husband. You didn't really need two, but I wanted two of the prizes. There were 3 total. I should have just gotten a third one to get all 3, but I didn't need to be that crazy. But it's something I would highly suggest doing. I know they do this at different times of the year as well, but this is the first one we've gotten to participate in. And it was really fun. Some of the wreaths were super easy to find, and some of them were actually really, really hard. Our second time around the World Showcase, I think we had 3 or 4 left we couldn't find the first time around. And one of the girls in Norway was like, I saw you guys here about an hour ago. Do you need a hint? And we're like, we really need a hint. So she let us know to go window shopping in Norway, and we found the wreath. But these were awesome, and I will show you right now that the prizes you could pick from were little ornaments, and they say Epcot International Festival of the Holidays on one side, and then they feature a cute character scene on the other. And there was a third one that was Mickey and Minnie, and I really wanted that one, but I picked the Chip and Dale because they are kind of like the mascots of the festival. So I really wanted that as a memory. And then John picked Figment because he's obsessed with Figment. So it was nice that we each got to pick our own. I actually might do like a little shadow box featuring these, put one of the maps in it, and we were lucky enough to get a whole bunch of amazing pictures around the world because there were a crazy amount of PhotoPass photographers at almost every single pavilion the one day we were there. So, and it was our 7-year wedding anniversary, so I might just do something special with that to commemorate that event. Now, something that we picked up for free in Epcot are annual pass holder magnets, which these are the first annual pass holder magnets I've ever picked up. They send you a Mickey one when you become an annual pass holder, but this year, for the first time ever, they did 2 small ornaments as a set, and they're Chip and Dale. So again, I had to just keep going with the Chip and Dale theme. And these are super, super cute. John and I each got a set, and I can't wait to like use these as, you know, Christmas decor probably on our fridge every single year to remember this year when we were annual pass holders for the very first time. I've shown you guys a lot of things that I've loved, but I couldn't believe how much I needed this next souvenir. It is a box of Christmas cards. Now I gotta tell you guys, I'm not a Christmas card person. I don't send them out to people. I kind of wish I did. I think it's nice. I like getting Christmas cards, but I just don't. I don't send them out to people. So unless I'm going to send someone a gift, I don't just send out Christmas cards. But I do like the idea of using them as decor. I actually intend on framing 2 of these to use as Christmas decor in the future, and then I have already opened this to send out to some of my friends in their swap packages. So let me show you. There are 4 designs. I thought this was a pretty reasonably priced thing because I've been to Target and seen their Christmas card sets, and they're pricey too. So for $20, you got 16 cards, 4 of each of 4 designs, and I liked all of the designs. They also had a second box and I really wanted to get it and I just never did, and I would have found a way to make it fit in my luggage. So again, I think all of those cards are amazing, but definitely the white one and the green one with the red truck and with the Christmas tree. I'm going to be framing these, and I'll probably also frame one of these for my mother-in-law, who is a huge fan of that like red truck with the Christmas tree motif that's huge at the holidays. And so I got a couple different gift ideas out of these. And I believe they all say the same thing inside, which says, "Happy Holidays from the gang," which is just kind of cute. One of the things that we finally did on this trip was to take a Disney tour. And so we paid quite a bit of money for the tour, and we did the World Showcase Destinations Discovered tour, and I definitely highly recommend it to anyone who loves Epcot, World Showcase, and just general world history, because you actually learn a lot of history. If you have any questions about the World Showcase tour, please feel free to put them down below. I'm not going to talk about it a lot right now just because it might not interest everyone, but suffice it to say I would highly recommend it. And when you are done the tour, you get a commemorative pin that says World Showcase Destinations Discovered, and they did tell us that if you do the Future World Tour, you get a pin that helps you complete the scene that is started on this pin. So I thought that was really cool, and since Future World is undergoing a lot of changes and renovations right now, that's something I think I would be interested in doing in the future. At the beginning of the tour, everybody also gets a name badge to wear for the duration of the tour, and so my husband and I each got one, and I'll probably keep it. I only bought one kind of pin box while we were there, but I did buy multiples of them, and I'm just going to reference this very briefly. The 2020 pins are definitely officially in Walt Disney World. I'm surprised they were already there in November, but I was pleasantly surprised. They were not readily available everywhere. I found this randomly at a pin kiosk in Epcot and at Saratoga Springs Resort, which again, we were just touring a lot of the resorts, and I happened to randomly find like 2 pin boxes there. So, love this. We are planning on going back. Yeah, spoiler alert, we liked being there for Thanksgiving. I'll talk about that more in a little bit, but if you're interested, stick around for a Thanksgiving kind of overview at Walt Disney World. But so we're planning on going back at the end of 2020 for Thanksgiving again, and I thought this would be kind of fun to open and dream about our next Disney World trip, and I thought that they picked some pretty unique characters for this one. So I'll just show this to you, but this video is already longer than I intended, so I will be opening these up in a future video. Last thing that I have to share with you guys, pins. I love pins, but I also love Disney holiday pins, and the resort collections I'm a big fan of. So this year they did several different kinds of resort collections. They did a bell theme for each of the Disney World and Disneyland, Vero Beach, Aulani, a lot of the Disney things, Disney resorts, right? Not just Walt Disney World, but they did a bell theme, and then at any of the resorts that had a gingerbread display, they also did a gingerbread themed specific pin, and they also did them at a couple places where I don't think they have a gingerbread display, but God bless them, they made a gingerbread pin anyway, and I loved it. So I stopped myself from buying every single pin and tried to keep it to my favorites. I did also buy 2 rack pins and 2 Festival of the Holiday pins. I figured I would just throw everything onto this board and show you at once, because otherwise it's going to be a lot of pin talk, and you might just enjoy seeing them quickly. There's only 2 pins I regret not getting. There was a rack pin that was a Mickey Peppermint head shape pin, and then there was a gingerbread pin in Epcot that featured Stitch baking some gingerbread, I believe, and we were in Epcot plenty, but I just never picked it up. But this is my holiday pin collection. This is the last thing I'm going to be sharing with you, and then I'll talk a little bit about Thanksgiving at Disney World. I definitely love all of these pins, but I could not leave without getting the Mickey and Minnie set. Since I didn't get the plushes, I did want to get them in pin form. My absolute favorite pin on this board, though, has got to be one of my new favorite pins for my collection, the bell with Philippe at Saratoga Springs. Luckily, you can take, it's a really nice boat ride to get to Saratoga Springs, and they drop you off at pretty much at the gift shop from Disney Springs. And we love Disney Springs. We spent a lot of time there this trip and a lot of trips. Alright friends, if you just wanted to see a Walt Disney World haul, that is the end of it. Don't forget to go join that giveaway, because you can start the new year with a new bright white smile. And all you have to do is enter your email address at the link down below. So go do that for sure. But if you'd like to hear a little bit about, should you do Thanksgiving? I already said I would, but let me tell you a little bit about it in case it's something you're considering, or it's something you've done in the past, or you know, it just might work out for your schedule next year. So let's weigh some options. Okay. So here's my honest answer. Should you go to Walt Disney World for Thanksgiving break? I would say, for most people, don't do it. Absolutely not. The parks are crazy crowded. I mean, it's one of the busiest weeks for sure. I've also been to Disney World for New Year's, not New Year's Eve, but like literally like New Year's Day, and that first week, and that was worse. It was definitely worse, but I just think that for most people and most families, and the fact that Disney is oftentimes a once-in-a-lifetime trip or a once-in-many years trip, that is not going to be your best time to go. It really isn't. And we can definitely have a discussion about that in the comments down below. Who is it good for? Okay, I think it's amazing for people like teachers, first of all. Yes, we have the summer off, but summer is hot. Oh my god, summer is hot. And I went in May too, and May is hot. Oh my goodness gracious. So the weather was a lot nicer. But it's also just good for people who've been to Disney before and aren't concerned about getting everything done. That's what I would say. If you just want a relaxing Disney vacation where you do some rides and you have some nice meals and you do some shopping and you visit some resorts and you do the pool, and if all that sounded good to you and you don't mind some crowds pretty much everywhere you go, okay, then this is good for you. Great, do it. We shopped. We got a lot of our Christmas gifts for folks taken care of. That was really fun. My husband did call this errands the trip, because it did seem like every day we were like, we have to get this, we have to get that, we have to get that. But we had fun doing it. We love resort hopping. We love seeing the Christmas decorations at all of the resorts. I know I had a lot of pins, but I took it almost as like oh, let's try to see how many pins we can get from different resorts, and that was fun. The Festival of the Holidays was amazing. Yeah, we stood in a lot of lines, but it was great. If If you want to do a tour, I think this is a perfect time to do a tour, because you know what? We would not have gotten a lot done that 4.5 hours we were on the tour anyway. If you were an early riser, Hollywood Studios was open at 7 a.m. every morning we were there. It was amazing. Pretty much every morning. And Magic Kingdom was open till like 12 or 1 most of the times we were there. We didn't take advantage of that, but you could have. If you like going to Disney Springs, this is a great time to go. If, you know, and just kind of getting out of the parks. But so really think about it, like, are you trying to get all the rides done, all the shows done, all the character meets done? I wouldn't say this is the best time to go for you. But if you're trying to have some relaxation, we spent one whole morning at the pool, which we never do on a Disney trip because usually I am the have to get everything done person. So if you're more into relaxation, you get your 3 fast passes done, maybe you rope drop a morning, maybe you stay till close at Magic Kingdom one night, then that's awesome. Do it. If you have any questions about the spending Thanksgiving weekend at Walt Disney World down below, please put them. I would love to talk to you about it. If you're like, Kate, you're crazy, everyone would love to go during this time, or you're like, Kate, you're crazy, no one should go during this time, that's fine. Respectfully put your opinion in the comments down below. I'll tell you, we had a blast, and I was saying to my husband, can we please come back here for next Thanksgiving before we even left. So for us, it was totally a blast. I'm planning on being there next year again, and planning on both of us taking a suitcase to pack up with gifts this time. So not flying Frontier, that was not a fun experience. No. So definitely let me know what you thought of this haul in the comments, and go do that giveaway! You can't win if you don't enter, and it's really easy to enter. I hope that your holiday season is just bursting with merriment and fun, and if not, then I hope this did bring a smile to your face in what can be a stressful time for people. I know I cannot believe that I only have X number of days to get ready for the holidays. Oh my goodness gracious. I don't even have kids or anything. So, God bless all of you people out there who still need to get your tree or wrap some presents or buy some presents. Amazon Prime, that's our friend, right? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to read your comments down below, and I'll see you real soon.